Timeout Talk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Tuesday weekly edition of Timeout Talks, which is brought to you by Chase and Thrills Custom T-shirts and Accessories. Sponsored by the one and only Ice Shaker, the only bottle you'll ever need. And of course, we are also sponsored by Kirk Minahan and streaming and broadcasting live to you guys on the Minifan Network. Josh alongside Ben for another action-packed football week. Ben, I'm going to turn to you, man. We've had so much happen this week. We've got some big matchups coming up on this weekend as well.
Biggest one, Josh. He's alluding to it. No, we're not talking about his Cowboys. We're talking Steelers Pats. Been waiting for this one. Always looking forward to this one, Josh. Always a great game. A little different now. We used to always get beat up on. Those Brady and Gronk days. So it's a little more even playing field now. Disappointed, Josh. We're going to dive into it a little more, but I was expecting to be 2-0 at this time. So I was hoping for a little better matchup from us. But 1-1, both teams had it in there. Makes it pretty even. I like that. Pats picking up a nice win. Steelers blundering it. Like I said, we'll get into that one. That's kind words right there, blundering it. But no, it's a huge week. Huge week. Josh's Cowboys, too. What a thriller. Shout out to the Cowboys. Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors putting up a crazy fantasy day. So shout out Neighbors on that one. But Cowboys helping me out a little bit too. So shout out to Josh on that one. Go Cowboys. Nice little Cowboys money lines. But it's going to be a crazy one, Josh. It's going to be a crazy week. A lot to unpack, though, from this past one. A lot of injuries, Josh. Joe Burrow. We got to get a little into that, too. We got Josh's calling a golf match. We'll get a little into that, too. I want to hear Josh's. Josh didn't tell me that one. But we'll get into those little injuries, too. Everyone's getting the injury bug right now. But, I don't yeah. Hey, let's go. I mean, you got to stick around for a little longer. Stick around. That's about halfway point. We'll get the wieners going around. But enough wiener talk. We'll get back to the football talk. And I'm kind of interested in that golf match with Josh, but I'm excited. I'm excited, Josh, for this week. Excited for Pats Steelers. If any Pats fans, get their trash talking in now. I don't have any bets going with anybody, so I'm gonna see if I get any bets going with anybody. But I'm excited, Josh. I'm excited for this matchup. Oh, he's got the cat. No,
sorry, juggling a lot there. My cat.
He's got the cat. No, my fault. I thought I gave him enough time. Josh is going.
You're good. I'm juggling a few things. We're
live.
Live.
He's got the dog. He's got everything going on.
Dog in the background barking. I mean, this is just OG Timeout Talks for you guys. We're dealing with some hurdles along the way. Here comes my cat. He's back on. So I don't know what he's pushing, what he's doing. He wants to sit here and control the show, I guess. I mean, huge game for you guys. I mean, Patriots Nation, they're watching. James, too bad we couldn't get him on. Shout out James, got a lot going on. So he's always with us here in spirit. I mean, we'll be giving those predictions. We'll dive. I want to take a lot of time to talk about that game because that's just a huge game. And I was looking at the weekly matchups that we do, and I'm like, okay, I have that Cowboys game that we'll talk about, our locks, our upsets. Steelers play the Patriots too, obviously, but they don't have their own separate game, so we'll have more time to kind of dissect into that. We'll get to some of your comments as well. We've got Jeff. I mean, wow. I don't know. Pats looked pretty good last week, Ben. I'm going to turn it to you because that's your team that they're going up against, but finally got the hurdle off the back against Miami in Miami, but 38-18 would be an absolute trouncing. Ben, do you think? we get that high of a score. Here we go. Here we go. He's back.
There we go.
He's back, baby.
Pats are back. Hey, they're back too. What a bounce back win, as everyone was alluding to right there. No, not 38-18, Jeff and Josh. I don't believe so on that one. That'd be pretty bad for this defense. Highest paid defense in the league, and allowing 3 straight games of 30 points. It's pretty rough. I know that Seahawks game, 31 late touchdown. Obviously, we can get into that Caleb Johnson blunder. That was, I don't think I've ever seen that before in a game. I didn't see it, live and everything. I heard the screams and everyone laughing at it after, but I don't know what he was thinking on that one, Josh. Just never seen that before. Never seen that. He's got to give us a bounce back, because he didn't look good in the preseason. Hasn't looked really good at all this season. Demoted to the 3rd string, and now he's pulling that move. It's a tough look for Caleb Johnson. But no, the Pats are not looking good. I was a little scared. I mean, hey, if Achane doesn't go out of bounds, this is most likely 0-2 Pats going into this matchup, and there's a must-win game against us. But they held their own. Achane stepped out, and they held their own. Drake Maye earned that victory. Drake Maye, I think that he threw for the most yards in his career. I think it was 287 over there. So he's showing signs of nice progress. Obviously it's the Dolphins team. They're kind of imploding as we're watching it. I know everyone's kind of shopping around Tyreek Hill already. They think he's going to move. I know Josh thinks he's going back to KC. I know
my hot take. That's my bold take.
That's his hot and bold take. I throw both in there. I've heard the Commanders, shopped out there too. So, people looking at the Tyreek Hill sweepstakes, and the Dolphins, obviously, it's looking like a rebuild for them, probably moving on from Tua. So the Pats, on paper, should have won that one. But, hey, the Dolphins put up a fight. But I was impressed with the Patriots, how they held their own. And this is, I mean, that's kind of what I alluded to before in some of these other, before the season too. That's a great take from the Pats. Are back. Welcome back again. But yeah, the Pats got to take advantage of these, cakewalk games. The easiest schedule in the league, one of the easiest schedules in the league. You got to take advantage of them. Hey, here we go. It's all right. No, it's all right. Hey, we're in there. We're in there too. Don't, that was a pretty rough, that was a sort of a wake-up call week 2, Josh, for me as well. Steelers, I think we came back down to earth a little. But no, just getting back to that Pats point with the schedule, you got to take advantage of those games, including the Steelers one. So from a Pats fans' perspective, you got to go get this win, especially at home. If it was in Pittsburgh, probably a little different, but coming back at home after that Dolphins win, Steelers only -1.5 favor in this one, so it's pretty much a toss-up. Pats are looking like they can win this one. So as a Pats fan, yeah, you expect this one, but I'm putting myself in the Pats fans' shoes. I'd be encouraged. I'd be encouraged by that performance from Drake Maye. Everybody bouncing back. Kayshon Boutte, nice grab from him over there. And they matched the Dolphins' points. They were down a little early. It was looking a little rough for them, but they bounced back. Vrabel running down the sideline on that Antonio Gibson return. Kind of pumping up the guys. Pats fans, they should be excited about that one, but I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, he beat you guys with the Jets. This is a much better team. Everyone's pretty upset with the Steelers right now. And I'm not just blaming Caleb Johnson for that loss. I don't know what Rodgers is doing throwing that pick in the red zone, even though Calvin Austin did tip it, but he can't really force it on there. We got to get the points with this offense. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one, but yeah, there we go. I appreciate that. Largely I'm excited for this because I do think the Pats are back on track a little, and hate to state it, but the Steelers came back down to earth a little, Josh. But this is a huge game, huge turning point already week 3, but this is a huge game for both of us, Josh. See where we're gonna go in the season's directions.
Yeah, I mean, you look at both teams and the directions were a lot different last week. I mean, as you mentioned, the Steelers kind of, they take a step back this week, but, Baltimore, that's kind of gonna, you're both in similar situations, Steelers chasing Baltimore, Patriots chasing the Bills let's call a spade. Like, they're both not going to catch up to either of those teams in terms of winning the division. So what does that leave you? Wild card contention. This is early in the year. We're still midway through September. These guys are going to be facing off. But, I look at this matchup and I see very even. Like, I'm really not trying to hype this for the show. I still to this moment am teetering on who I'm going to take. Like, this is going to be a live reaction from me. I was driving in the car on the way, getting ready, talk to Ben on a nice Tuesday. And I'm like, I honestly have no clue who's going to win this weekend. Like, thinking to myself, like, is home field advantage going to be it? Like, the quarterback play for both has been kind of inconsistent. Like, two head coaches that are very good, very balanced. Like, I don't want to just kind of drag this out in terms of how big this game's going to be, but I think it's going to be a big game. The weather's going to be good, so that won't really play a factor in terms of, type of advantage. But yeah, Ben, I look at these two teams. I think they're very on pace with each other. I think they're on par, both of them, as we speak at this moment, for wild card aspirations, if not playoff aspirations. I mean, still 1-1. You're only one game down to your division, champions right now at this moment. But things can change, and that's kind of the meta of this, right? We're in week 2, and things have changed. I mean, last week I was sitting here talking about Drake May might not be the guy, and I want to see what they can do. They need to finally get the monkey off the back and beat the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Like, I mean, enough is enough. We saw how rough Tua and company was in week 1. Like, can the Patriots finally make things happen? And guess what? They finally did, Ben. They were rumbling, they were rocking, they were rolling. I mean, they roared on offense. I mean, the kick return was great. Stevenson, I didn't even realize till after how good of a game he had. Of course, as I mentioned, the Gibson return. So, I mean, now it's trending upward for the Patriots. You're on the uptick, which you turn to the Jets. The Steelers. Not so much. I mean, the run game was kind of rough. Kenneth Walker was revived. We finally saw what this Seahawks team could be. And I don't know. It's a week-to-week game. And, I mean, next week we could be talking up on the uptrend for the Steelers and the downtrend for the Pats. So, good game coming up this week, Ben. And one thing I'm very, very interested in seeing is Christian Gonzalez going to play, because they're going to have their hands full with DK Metcalf. And we know Aaron Rodgers has not been afraid to throw him the ball already. So right now, just looking at that secondary without Gonzalez, I don't know who can guard him. At least if you have Gonzalez, even if he's a little banged up, he gives you some type of option in the backfield. But yeah, here we go. Patriots always beat the Steelers, but let's just say they do sneak a W, Pats. Then play Carolina, Buffalo, New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, New York Jets, New York Giants. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I see 5 out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see 5 out of the 9 wins for the Pats there in that, little. Yeah. I mean, here we go. We're pretty close. The Pats are back. And then, yeah, this is a good little wrench in the AFC too. I mean, we're going to talk about some other storylines, but yeah, I mean, this is a big game. This is a big game, I think, for both teams. I know Ben, he's talking about those old Brady and Gronk days. He's sick of seeing what you said, Pat. See, this is good revenge. And I don't know who did win the last time you guys played.
Played the Pats. Yeah, that was a Mitch Trubisky game. I believe Kenny Pickett got hurt, and then they came in. Yeah, that was a pretty gross game. I won't lie. Yeah, Mitch came in. It was a rough one.
I'm 90% sure you won the one before that, though. No.
Yeah, it was that. Okay, yeah, it was. I believe. Yeah, the last time we played Brady, Joe Hayden picked it off. Picked Brady off in the end zone. Well, maybe it was a little before the end zone, whatever. But to cap it off, finally got that win. But yeah, it was Mitch. Yeah, it was Mitch last time, so it was a rough era for us, Mitch Berg, but I like to forget about that one. So I'm moving on to the Aaron Rodgers one, but yeah, like you said, Josh, it's a little tougher, not as hyped as I would have been with the 2-0. I've got a little more problems I'm worried about. I mean, as you mentioned, the K9, Kenny Walker, he came back to life. I don't know how we let him score on that 3rd and goal. Yeah, finally. I didn't start him in fantasy, but hey, listen. There we go. Pass back. Always bringing up those stats. Listen, that's why these games are important right now. We got to get that 15-4 window a little closer. I got to get that one a little closer over there, but that's why I think it's a little more even. But But yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the team, Josh. I mean, these are just with the Steelers. It's just mental errors that we can't be making, especially with the team we got. I mean, you can't be making these mistakes. Seahawks are good and everything, but that was a winnable game. We had that game. Even, I mean, even obviously after the pick, it's still in there, but the Caleb Johnson error, even after that, 24-14, you got 11, probably 11 and a half minutes left. It's still winnable. But Aaron Rodgers just didn't deliver, and that's kind of brought me back down to earth. Josh, he's still a 42-year-old quarterback, so can't depend on him for everything. We got to play a near perfect game. We can have a few errors. We don't have to be perfect every single time, Josh, on that one, but we gotta just pick up the ball. We gotta pick up the ball off the kickoff, and we can't be turning the ball over in the red zone. We really can't score that many points, as it is, so we can't just waste those opportunities. But he said bounce back game for both teams. I'm looking forward to it. Aaron Rodgers beat him with the Jets. I'm just gonna keep going back to that point. I hope he can beat him with this roster. We're a little better than the Jets, and that's a good point for Nick. Yeah, it's pretty banged up. Loudermilk and Highsmith's going down. That was pretty tough. Patrick Queen's got a little hurt too, got a little banged up. So as long as it's not T.J. Watt, though, thank God. Knock on wood, but still, injuries scare me a little. I think we should be able to get this done. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Of course, we've got a little bit more recap to kind of catch up on. I mean, we talked about the Pats' big win on the road. They finally were able to, just do something. Because if you go 0-2, as Ben mentioned, I mean, you got Pittsburgh and then you got Buffalo. You could easily have been 0-4. I don't want to get too much into hypothetical thoughts, but I mean, there was just a big game. Big game. Pats go out. They do it. I mean, and you thought some moments back and forth. I mean, kind of similar to that Cowboys game, like, oh boy, are they really going to blow this? They don't end up doing that. They get the win. Drake May looked fantastic. 2 touchdowns, rushing touchdown as well. I mean, he was unbelievable. As the Pats are back mentioned, I mean, he looked pretty much like a top 5 guy again. So, and if they can kind of just implement off that schedule being pretty easy on paper. I know we like to refer to on paper, and things change throughout the year, but right now it looks as if they got the chance to grasp at a wild card berth there. Moving forward, let's do a little recap. I want to talk about my boys who had a huge, this guy right here, essentially,
here we go.
He was it for us, Ben. And then of course Dak Prescott making that huge play for the Cowboys. Ben, I've been waiting to talk to you, dude. I want to say thank you so much for that exchange that we made in the off season. I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm getting myself some type of merchandise, some type of merch of George Pickens. I mean, this guy, Ben, I love it. This is what the team does. We just went pound for pound, 40-37, absolute shootout with the New York Giants, who realistically you shouldn't be doing that against. But hey, a win is a win in football, and any given Sunday, a wise man once told me. So, just huge win. I think Brandon Aubrey, give him the paycheck now. But I am so happy about George Pickens. He's just the new shiny toy within that Cowboys organization. Every time we're on offense, I'm like, where's Pickens? Because you know what you're going to get out of CeeDee Lamb. I love Lamb. He's top 3 favorite on the team. But, George Pickens is climbing that ladder. I already want to pay him. I think I even texted Ben. I'm like, do you think we pay him? Because I'm all in. I'm all in on CeeDee Lamb. I love it. One thing I will say, Ben, big concerns on that defense. I'm glad they went out. They got Jadeveon Clowney. Didn't put the graphic for that, but that's huge. You can somewhat. Last year, I think he had 9 sacks or something. He played pretty well last year. It was either 9 or 5. That's a big difference. But still, even if he can do 4 or 5 sacks, just bring some type of pressure, because they're getting there, but they can't corral the sacks. And then you look at the secondary, Ben. Hopefully, Jerry Jones kind of alluded to it. We're hopefully getting Deron Bland and Siobhan Revel back. That can kind of bring a little more ammunition for that huge Sunday night football game. But Ben, I'm going to be honest. They got a tough game this week. They're up against a desperate Chicago team. They're 0-2. Ben Johnson had our number last year. I think this has trap written all over it, but they can't lose, Ben. They need to stay within striking distance, especially with Philadelphia continuing to stack their wins. And hey, Jaden Daniels is hurt. Maybe they can go 1-2. You hope the Raiders can make some magic happen. Hey, now you're 2-1. You're a whole game ahead of the Commanders. So you don't want to fall too back. You definitely want this one. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I liked what I saw out of my Cowboys, Ben.
Yeah, same with me too on the kicker stance. We got to.
It's not nice.
Come on, come on. I
Patrick.
like that.
Patrick, you've been in here before.
I like that. I like it. Come on, stick around, Patrick. No, we got to both pay our kickers. Our kickers are doing. Both our teams a pretty good service. I don't know where I'd be without the Boz, and like you said, Aubrey, killing it out there. So, but I mean, George Pickens. Yeah, I'm a little jealous when Josh was texting me. He was hyped up. He was happy, and I've been there, But I told Josh to, take it in strides. You don't want to get too overconfident with him. Next thing you know, he's going to be getting some pretty crazy flags. But no, it just shows you how talented a player he is when he's in a good situation, when he's happy, and when he just wants to play football. It's easy. It's easy from him. He's set on this number 2 role. I wasn't expecting that. I thought he'd have a little struggle with it, but no, he's over here. Just contract year. He's doing his thing. And, I mean, you're just seeing this offense just show what it can do, obviously. I mean, it's a good Giants defense, don't get me wrong, but it's the Giants, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But this offense is what we've been saying. This offense is going to produce those stats. And like I said before, that defense is going to hold them back. That's a big signing. Josh mentioned Jadeveon Clowney. To be honest, just get anybody in there on that Cowboys defense. It's just looking bad. I mean, that Micah is just, you can't fill that hole. You're not going to be able to fill that hole. That defense is going to take a little step back. But this offense is just going to try to have to just make up for that loss. And, George Pickens is a great guy for that. Yeah, no, I'm loving it for Josh. I'm loving how excited Josh is over there, and he's just got to keep his head down. Just keep his head down, keep playing football, and he's the perfect number 2 over there. I mean, him and CD. I just don't know. I don't know how you're gonna stop these guys over here. And Javonte Williams. Hey, shout out Colin. But Javonte Williams having a nice. Yeah, he's been nice. So I mean, the offense is there. Josh. It's just that defense is not. Right. You can't hide that defense too long. There's limitations with that defense, and that's unfortunately going to take this team so far. But Pickens, hey, I told him it's up to Jerry. I know Jerry doesn't want paying guys a little, but if you want a solid number 2, I think he likes Dallas. I'd pay George Pickens. It'd be great in a little compliment role to CD.
I think that's it, Ben. I mean, he even just the way he draws flags. I mean, he's probably drawn 4 or 5 flags already, and I'm like, as you said, he can also create them like we saw in that Philadelphia game, but they're huge moments. It'll be like, a 2nd and 27 or 2nd and 17. And it's like, we really need to score here. Because as Ben mentioned, our defense can't keep up. We have to kind of provide on offense. And this kid is drawing 40-yard flags. And he just brings this energy that I absolutely love. I think the Cowboys desperately needed that last year. You're relying on Jalen Tolbert to be a number 2. It just was never really going to work with an inconsistent running game, which it's funny, Ben. Now they're just the flip side. They're better on offense, but I don't want to take too much time talking about them because, of course, we're going to come back for our predictions. But a few other storylines. Joe Burrow. He's out, inactive. I want to see what Ben's thoughts are on that. I mean, I got him in 2 fantasy leagues. I'm literally my favorite player. That's not a Cowboy, so I'm not happy about that. You look at Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCarthy hurt as well. I mean, tons of quarterbacks. Justin Fields, Josh Allen had that broken nose, that whole situation. So lots of quarterback carousels going on, Ben. And I know a lot of people, some people talking in the show and some people closely to the show are thinking, hey, what are you doing, Cincinnati Bengals? They go out, they sign Mike White. A lot of people are saying, hey, why not go out there and get Jameis Winston? You're going to have, Joe Burrow out for the next 3 months, but you already have a 2-0 head start. You have a head start. You have enough to kind of compete and hopefully, you can get a couple wins, but or rattle off a few more before you get a loss or something. Stay in contention, but they went out to get Mike White, and maybe they see something in Jake Browning as a backup that we don't see, but I don't know, Ben. Lots to kind of pick up from that, and if you're a Steelers fan, you're feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, as the Pats are back mentioned, they get to play without Burrow. We get one game without Burrow, so that's big, and we get to play the Vikings without McCarthy. So Steelers, reaping the benefits of those injuries as well. So I mean, that's where we got to capitalize. As he said, on that weaker schedule, Steelers going to capitalize on those opportunities too. But yeah, no, the injury bug going pretty crazy out there, and that's the last one you mentioned is huge for you guys too. I mean, Jayden Daniels, obviously electric year last year, a little, not a slow start, but obviously this injury bug, he wasn't putting up crazy numbers the first couple of games. So obviously this injury brings sort of the Commanders back down to life. There he is. Let's go. The cat's been hanging out. See, the cat's cool.
He's like going nuts. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No. Listen, I love the cat. Listen, we got the cat going. He's got to join the show every time. Here we go. Rob's here. I forgot about that one.
That's kind of.
That's a good question, Pat. That's a good question. I mean, Browning did get. No. He's not mid, but I mean, it kind of just shows the Bengals are a little better than we thought. That's a nice comeback win against the Jags. I thought they were done for in that one easily, but Browning had a nice little comeback. He's comfortable in that backup role over there in Cincy. I mean, who wouldn't? You got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. It's kind of not hard to be bad with those weapons on the outside, and Chase Brown, nice emerging running back. So I think Browning's a nice little backup for them. I wouldn't even sign Mike White, to be honest, Josh. I don't know. I would have been trusting Browning. I mean, he's already done this role a couple times for everybody in there. Oh, we got a nice little. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice little zoom.
Switch it up a little.
Nice little zoom in. No, I like that. I get to see those comments there. But no, for the Bengals, again, I'm putting myself in the Bengals fans' perspective. I feel pretty confident. Going trusting my hands in Browning. I'm not going to go, as Pat said, Joe Burrow's not mid, even though, I would love for him to be mid. I hate the Bengals. He's pretty good. But I think for the Bengals, stick with Browning. You'll be good. Ride out some of those tougher games. The Commanders, I think, took the biggest hit, Josh. And the Commanders division, chances a little slim now. Eagles hot start. I mean, the Eagles, who's going to beat these guys? I mean, it just handled Kansas City. There we go. Pat's back. I kind of like the insults more. I appreciate it, though, Pat's. I like the insults more. I like that better. It's better for the entertainment. Would appreciate you. But, no, I think the Commanders, tough one. And Vikings, as you threw that one in the middle, Josh, too, that's a tough one for those fans. Just getting used to that. What a great comeback from him. And now you got to wait to see with McCarthy. So, I don't know, Carson Wentz, that's another team. I think Carson Wentz can lead them to a couple victories, with that roster they got, even though Aaron Jones going down too. Cam Akers coming back over there. So Jordan Mason and Cam Akers time over there. I think the Vikings going to falter too, not too much, but I don't think they're going to be in good standing as they were with JJ. So a lot of injuries happening around the league, Josh. It's a pretty rough week. Considering only week 2, that usually this happens like in the middle of the season, so pretty tough.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, I mean, it stinks, especially when your starting quarterback goes out. That's your most important player on the field, and for a lot of those teams, like the Bengals, they just can't seem to catch a break. And I'm seeing those jokes on Facebook where it's, the Bengals organization, are they a malpractice? Like they don't know what they're doing. They're offering their quarterback the highest paid money in terms of, I think, just in general. I don't think Micah Parsons touched him, but I mean you're paying your quarterback all this money and you're providing him, in terms of statistically and just eye test on the field, a very subpar offensive line, if that's being generous. So, I mean, I disagree. I disagree, Pat. I don't know if Pat's just kind of throwing it out there as a talking point. I mean, some people like Jared, for instance, who's been on the show a lot, shout out Skyforce. He's going to sit here till he's blue in the face and say, Joe Burrow, it's easy to look good with the T. Higgins and the Jamar Chase. I don't necessarily think that is the case. But, I mean, hey, one thing that does come up for discussion is, can we consistently put this guy in the top 5? because you can't stay healthy. You know, we get on Dak Prescott, we get on Aaron Rodgers in the past, we get on Tony Romo and, you know, Phillip Rivers and a lot of these guys for that. But the same thing for Joe Burrow. I know he might be, you know, more social media attractive to everybody, and he kind of hits a different type of, you know, demographic in terms of fans. But I don't know. It is something to kind of think about. This guy can't stay healthy for anything. I mean, I don't know. It's got me thinking. I love Joe Burrow. I always will. I think he's a dog. I think he's top 5 talent. But can we, if you look at the past 5 years, consistently keep him in that top 5? I don't know. I mean, he hasn't been consistently healthy. And to be quite honest, Ben, if I'm going to be completely honest, a freaking turf toe, like, come on, dude. You're out for 3 months because of that. I know that these can linger and you want to make sure your quarterback's good, but damn, if Dak Prescott was out for a turf toe, especially after having a bunch of injury concerns in the past, I would be ripping on him on this podcast. So I will say that. And like I kind of mentioned earlier, and I was hinting at towards Ben, is as a Steelers fan, you kind of just, I know he said to me for George Pickens, you kind of just, you look down, you don't say much, keep your head moving forward. That's what you're thinking if you're a Steelers fan, because that could have potentially been a wild card position, you know, that you're fighting for, and it's in your division. So I know they have that 2-0 lead. They've got a very winnable game coming up this week. I believe it is against the Vikings. Titans, but Vikings. I mean, there you go. Yeah.
Cincy Vikings, I believe.
If they can just sneak in to find that win. And yeah, Jeff, I mean, that's an interesting one. Is he Andrew Luck? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of food for thought there when it comes to Romo's back. He's joined me up here. There's a lot of food for thought when it comes to, you know, Joe Burrow and what's going to happen with him moving forward. But yeah, Ben, just trying to tackle any other week 2 things that happen. I mean, isn't Josh
just crazy that you brought up that turf toe one too? I mean, I had that same thought, Josh. Sorry to cut you off. I was just like, man, 3 months. That's how in sync we are over here. But that was my next comment. Like 3 months for turf toe. Never heard that. There's Romo.
Yeah, he's up and he comes right back.
No, so I never heard of turf toe. There he is. He's the man. Yep, but no, that turf toe's wild. I never heard of a turf toe lasting that long, but
I think it's Joe.
Romo's so great.
He's still here. Yeah, he's still here. He's up on the thing. He just wants to be right now. He knows we're talking about the Cowboys, so his name is Romo, so he's all fired up. I'm ready for the Minifans to absolutely eat me for that, for naming my cat after Tony Romo. But yeah, I mean, I'd be all over that. And I know an earlier comment, Ben, that I kind of just wanted to talk to. Matt, the HVAC guy.
There we go.
Yes. So quick little pause. I thought right now would be a good little pause for it. This Saturday, 6:30 a.m. Now I'm just figuring out about this today in terms of the time, because you guys know me. I'm always terrible for paying attention to the show. But yeah, 6:30, tune in. Montante's taking on Kirk Minahan. That will be live on the Kirk Show. Pretty sure that, or the Minifan Network. You guys know, if you're Minifans, you can tune in. So James and I will be calling. We're on the call for that, so that will be fun. I just wanted to quickly say that. Just FYI, I want this out there in video form. I am not golf savvy. My terminology is not good. I don't know much about golf at all. The furthest that I will go is to pitch and putt, and I suck at that as well. So I just want to throw that one out there. Moving forward,
That's even better for the announcing.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's what a lot of people, less is more. One of the comments on Twitter earlier. I like that one. How about Mac Jones? Huge one. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. If Brock Purdy, keep him on the sideline for another week. Mac Jones looked like I know Tyler, he's been on the show a couple times. He's talked about this. He looked like he fit right in with his boy Kyle Shanahan over there.
Yeah, they looked good. And, as a McCaffrey fantasy owner, I was a little worried. Not going to lie. And hey, another one. Looking at the opponent, let's take it a little step back. The Saints, not the best. Not the best team over there. But, hey, going on the road, still tough. It's still tough. I mean, that was a close game. Mac Jones could have easily lost that one. But, no, he stepped up. Had a great game. 3 touchdowns, I believe. Nice little pass to McCaffrey. Threw a nice little deep ball to, I believe it was Jauan Jennings. But I think I might be wrong on that one. I kind of forget. They're all kind of the whole 49ers offense is kind of injured. Yeah, they're all kind of the same. Everyone's just either injured or either Christian McCaffrey. So that 49ers offense is a little. I mean, yeah, Brandon Ayuk's not even there. Pearsall's like the number one. So that offense is a little bit of a mess. So that's why I thought maybe Mac Jones would struggle a little more too. But now we just utilize McCaffrey, and like you said, Josh, he slipped right into that Shanahan offense. So seems like he found a great home over there. I know he had a little stint with Jacksonville. He was looking good. Maybe it's those warmer states that Mac likes, but no, he looks great over. Yeah, he looks great over in San Fran. So, like you said, hey Brock Purdy, take a little chill pill. Let Brock get fully healthy. Going up against Arizona. Here we go. There he is. 41-10.
There he is, man. Let's go. It feels weird to not have him on, especially with that game. But quickly, just want to throw it out there, Patrick. No, that it's not on Justin. It's not the communication. It's me having to pay attention to the show more, and I could have known. I was on the right track. Yeah. 41-10.
He's just trolling. He's trolling. But
here we go. He's got his Pats fans to back him up. Then I don't know.
It's gonna be closer. If we let up 30 points to these guys, fire the defensive coordinator, get everybody out of here. I don't know what we have the highest paid defense for if we're gonna allow just 30 points a game. Kind of confusing. So if we let up 30 points to these guys, yeah, there's gonna be a big problem for this season. Pats could win. But if they put up over 30, there's gonna be some big issues for this defense. So. Not 30. I see a little 20 point, maybe like a 17-14. It's not gonna be an exciting game. So if anyone's gonna be, if you're an outside fan, I probably want to tune into that one. I don't think it's gonna be too exciting. But maybe I would hope so. I would hope he would do that one. Rodgers, maybe that'll help Rodgers in some of that decision making. But no, it's gonna be a lot closer than that. Don't listen to Jimmy. He's wrong.
I don't think it's going to be that high of a score. I think we'll see mid. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be. James knows it's going to be close too. He's got to be feeling good. I mean, he's got to be feeling really good, especially after that week one. I know he was on standby, but yeah, an interesting thing, Ben. And I'm going to keep saying this throughout the show and all night, all week in the group chats. What's the status on Christian Gonzalez? Because I'm telling you right now, DK Metcalf is going to run up and down that football field if they don't have him out there. I know Carlton Davis is good, but you better hope he is out. And that's another one. That's another conversation for another topic is what's up with him? This kid is always hurt too. So hamstrings can be tough. We'll see. Slowly want to wean him in, but I don't know. He strikes me as a kid. If he's going to play, he's going to be in there for 95% of the snaps, if not more. So, but yeah, big game, huge game coming up between the New England Patriots and the Steelers. I almost feel like we have to start with the predictions for the Cowboys first, just because I know we usually don't do that, but it's just I wanted to take more time. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Romo's not happy. I'm touching the mouse. He wants to be up here. All right, yeah. So Cowboys, Bears. This is a huge game for me. I think it's bigger than Romo. Relax. I think it's a bigger game than a lot of people anticipate. I think it's going to be a closer game than a lot of people anticipate. Cowboys actually the underdogs right now on this one, plus 100. So just something to throw out. Can't talk too much betting on the show, but that's just in general something to throw out. Ben, I think the Pats are back. Cowboys win. I think the biggest thing to kind of pay attention to here is, and what's been the biggest problem for the Dallas Cowboys is the defense. We know the Cowboys are going to come out. James, 27-24. Cowboys lose. We know the Cowboys are going to come out offensively. They're gonna do their thing. They're gonna put up at least, James has mentioned at least over 20 points. I think the biggest thing kind of comes down to this defense and this secondary. Me personally, I think that we are going to get the win. I think Javonte Williams has done a good job running the ball. I think that's something that the Bears have a weakness in. I also think, as Ben talked about very, very, very excitingly earlier, we've got a number 2 that can kind of open the field for CeeDee Lamb. And guess what? Jalen Johnson, their best corner, is out for them. So that's something to kind of think about too. It's not AI. I'd be a little worried if it was AI, James, but I'll stick to it here. Cowboys get the win. I want to see out of Clowney. Hopefully Bland is back this week, some type of help, but I do see this being potentially a trap game. I'm going to say Cowboys win 20-17. I think it's going to be kind of a frustrating game for us, but we do find the win in the end because that's what I'm hoping out of this football team, Ben. I'm thinking a lot of close games, a lot of close fights, but hopefully they kind of come up with a win here in the end. I'll say 2017. Dallas wins. Dak Prescott does throw a pick, but he also throws a touchdown. Javonte rushes one in there too.
Keep that Javonte streak going over there. But no, that's a good word to describe it too, Josh. Frustrating. I think it's going to be a frustrating game, especially in Chicago. They're going to have their moments. I mean, listen, Caleb Williams doesn't look awful. He doesn't look great, but definitely, I don't know. That number one pick, kind of, I don't know if he deserved to be that one. He's kind of meddling. I don't know. I'd expect a little more with him and Ben Johnson right now. I know they had a tough couple first games, but especially week one having that game kind of wrapped up and blowing it, kind of got to blow to their egos just a little over there. But I think this is gonna be another blow to it. Like the Cowboys, I think they figured out their stride a little last week. I know it's the Giants, but that offense sometimes that's what you need, a little offense explosion to get get everybody in sync, get the guys going. Obviously it's week one. We kind of go week to week with everybody, so sometimes it's very early in the season, so some of the predictions get a little crazy. But I say the Cowboys bouncing back. That's a tough Eagles team. That's a tough Eagles team, and they fought well. So the Cowboys aren't as bad as everyone thought. I think from that week one performance. So and the Bears, pretty bad. I think the Bears, they just can't get out of their own way, Josh. They just I don't know. They got the roster, they got the coaching, and they just still keep finding ways to blow games. And I think this is just going to be another result of it. I think they're going to blow this one somehow, some way, and Cowboys take advantage. Like I mentioned before, I know it's in Chicago is going to be a little tougher for the Cowboys, but I agree with Josh on that one. I think Dak throws a little early game pick, but I think he quickly corrects his mistake, and Cowboys get this win on the road. Huge win for them.
I hope so, Ben. I mean, this could be a trap game. I could see James being onto something. I could see Caleb Williams becoming all of a sudden Superman. He's rushing. And another thing I kind of want to talk about too is they struggle in the flat and just in the open field. Our linebackers, I think, actually, to be honest, are the worst part of us. Like I think the run stop is okay. I think Kenny Clark provides kind of somewhat of an anchor, but you look at Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn and Donovan Ozaraku, who I thought was supposed to be good. I mean, those guys are just lost. Like Sanborn should not be your Mike or your anchor. Same with Kenneth Murray. I thought that signing was going to be better than it was. They're lost, man. They need to do something to adjust somehow to that defense. And I still think the defense would have still been a concern with Micah Parsons. Obviously, you're better with him, but just in general, their defense is not that good at all. So I could see the Bears winning too. I'm not going to hide it. But they should win. I expect the Cowboys to win. Could be a close game, but will be a close game. There's no way we blow them out. But hey, if you're a betting guy, Cowboys plus 100. Moving forward, I want to take some decent time to talk about this one. Ben, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? This is New England, 1:00 at Gillette. This is a huge game. Romo's ready for it. He's all fired up.
Romo.
What do we think?
Let's go, Romo. I'll go first. I think the lag's good
first.
right now.
Take some time here.
There's no lag going on for me. I'll go.
Yep.
I'll go. I'll crank it out over here. No, I'm not going to bet, obviously, the Pats. Everyone knows where I'm going to go with this one, but it's going to be low scoring affair. Going to be a lot closer than you think, especially, going back to another home field advantage, New England. It's never easy in New England with us. It's always going to be a battle. Aaron Rodgers came back down to earth a little. That was a great, revenge game for him week one. Cool. You went to New York, 4 touchdowns, yada, yada, yada. No more picks in the red zone. No more picks, just this offense falling flat when we need scores. You can't do that to Caleb Johnson in there. Caleb Johnson. He's got to make this up to us for a couple plays. Excuse me. But no, he's got to make a couple plays up to us. That was a couple bad blunders. It's gonna be a close game, Josh. But yeah, I see the Steelers winning. I don't want to give the Pats too much credit. I don't want to give the Pats too much hype and everything, but they looked good week 2. Bounce back. I like where both teams are at right now. It's gonna be a competitive game. I said 17-14 earlier. Give me 24-17. Give me 24-17 Steelers. Drake May gonna keep it close. I think they take the lead early, but I think Aaron Rodgers comes back around. He's not gonna lose 2 in a row for us. He's gonna come back. He's gonna get this team to rally. No more mental mistakes. I think Rodgers is a little pissed. Like I said, if he won with the Jets against Pats, he can do it with us. 27-14, that's pretty good. I like that one. But no, I'm going to go 24-17. I don't know if that's accurate from Jeff. I think he might just
I think it is.
Just throwing that one out there.
I think they have 9 sacks on the year. They had 8 last year. I think he's right on that.
Okay, yeah, and the O-line isn't the best right now. Yeah, it's a little injuries. A little tough for us. Milton Williams. Here we go. Colin coming in with Milton Williams, but even with all that stuff, even with all the hate, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get this done. This is what we brought him here for, Josh. This is why we didn't trust Mason Rudolph or Skylar Thompson or go get Shedeur. We got a veteran, that guy that knows what to do in these situations, knows how to not go on a losing streak, knows how to get a win when we need one. TJ, that's a good one. See, now that's been. I think I saw a nice stat. That's a good one from Pat. On that. I think I said it's been like 268 days since TJ Watt got a sack. It's been a pretty long time. He's got to step up. There's no point. I don't know why we paid this guy so much money. There we go. That's true. All right.
Something there for you. That was kind of weird. I should have did it a different way, but yeah.
No, I was just saying. No, I just honestly didn't believe that. I mean, I've watched both Pats games. I didn't think they got that many sacks. Maybe I'm not paying attention too much. No, like you said, hey, Pat's right on that one. TJ Watt's been a ghost for a while. Like I said, 268 days without a sack. You pay this guy so much money, and like I said, we had to pay him. Obviously, didn't want to lose him and everything. If we lost him, that would just kind of a bad sign to the fan base. But paying a defensive guy that much money, not the best look. You can't pay other positions, and hey, I guess his play is going to deteriorate. His play is going to go down at some points. And you're seeing it. So hopefully he steps up. We need TJ Watt to get back. Cause some disruption on that side. We can't trust the offense that much, Josh. We've seen it, but I'm going to trust Rodgers in this game. Give me 24-17 Steelers. No way, Pats.
Yeah. This one's going to be a good game. Yeah, I know James coming. He doesn't think it's really going to be 41-10. If he does, wow, he just threw something at the wall and it's stuck. But yeah, I mean, you look at both teams. Yeah, I'm hope. Yeah.
Hopefully. Here we go. I don't know if we're getting out G yet.
I don't even know. Pat is just rage baiting today. And
listen,
I absolutely love it. Pats are back. He might be. He actually might be
letting up 30 points per game. That's tough.
Yeah, the Pats are back. Might be in my top 5 all-time Time on Talks commenter. Like he is always in here. Jeff Warren as well too. You guys, I love it. Pats are back, man. He was one of our diehard faithful Minifan commenters last year. Shout out to the Pats are back, man. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, we got both Pats in here. Let's go.
We do actually. Oh, whoa. Here we go with Gonzo back. Who gets more yards, Diggs or Metcalf? Metcalf, I think so. Easy.
Listen, it's looking like a good trade. I don't know. I'm still giving DK. I'm giving DK that one. I'm not gonna take Diggs. Diggs, like I said, hey, bounce back game for the Pats. Everybody, wide receivers look good. Ramondre, came out of nowhere. Henderson had a nice couple plays. Gibson, as Josh pointed out, on that kick return. Everyone did good. It was a bounce back game. This is a competitive game. We're a little more even now. But give me the Steelers. Just give me that star power. Everyone's got to wake up. Everyone, I think that was a good wake up call for us. Losing to get that first loss out the way easy. Hey, wake up. And just, hey, we're not as young as everyone thinks. These guys, I think, just got a little too excited after that Jets win. It's the Jets, too. Look at what happened. Justin Fields already hurt. Come back down to earth against the Bills in very bad fashion. They got killed. So, here we go. He's always going to say, yeah, he's rage bait. Hey, shout out to Pat. He's been killing it
now
today.
Ben's starting to get upset.
I love it.
Hear it.
I love it. No, I love it. Oh, it just sounds like Jimmy. It sounds like Jimmy. Jimmy's always saying that one. I don't know if him and Jimmy are talking, but oh yeah. That's what everybody always says about that one. Because I mean, hey, it's kind of true. He really kind of inherited a really good team from that one. So, but it's not his fault. Not his fault, Josh. He had a really good team. So I don't fault him too much for that one. But he's not totally off with that. But give me the Steelers. I'm getting back on track. Shout out to both Pats. They've been killing it today. But no, just give me the Steelers in this one. Gonna be a good game. Like I said, outside fan base is probably not going to watch it. Not going to be too exciting for them, but I think us Steelers and Pats fans, it's going to be a great game. Another classic.
Hey, me and Jared. Jared's a Bills fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. We're looking forward to this. We might even be going to the game. That's how exciting it is for me. I've been checking this one off for a while. I love DK Metcalf. Can't wait to see him rumble. I'm going to say he plays very well. I'm going to say he doesn't score though. I'm going to say he goes over 100 yards, doesn't find the end zone. That's a bold prediction for me. Say Jalen Warren gets in there once or twice. I actually think big week for him. But we're running out of time here. I like the Pats. I do, Ben. And to the opposite of you, I don't believe or trust in Aaron Rodgers. I have to see it to believe it. I've been saying that all year. I've said it to you and Cody, and that's been the biggest point as to why I think the New England Patriots are going to win this game. I love DK Metcalf, but I don't love what I saw out of his team last week. As you've mentioned, I don't love what I've seen out of the defense. I know the Patriots have a lot of question marks as well. Hence, I think it's going to be a close game. I think the New England Patriots hold on 28-25. I actually think it's going to be a little higher than I originally thought. I see kind of a shootout a little bit. I think both offenses are going to be rolling. I like what I've been seeing out of Drake May. And again, this game could go either way. I know I said that for the Cowboys game, but I truly would be more surprised if the Bears beat the Cowboys than if either team wins in Gillette. I think it's going to be a good game. I have the Pats in a very, very close game there. And I'm just going to rattle off another one. My lock of the week. I'm just going to get it out of the way here. They're playing on Thursday. The Buffalo Bills are going to trounce that spread 12. And I mean, I had to do it. I know Ben was probably like, I want to choose a different lock. This is my lock of the week. If you're a betting guy, you have a lot of money and you want to make not that much money, you throw it on the Bills here. They're going to win. There's no way that the Bills lose this. And the Bills, for the first time in however many years, are going to start off 4-0. I'm sorry, Pats. I just gave you a win. That's a backhanded compliment. I think that they are 1,000% going to win next week. I have the Buffalo Bills as my lock this week. I even have them as my lock next week against the New England Patriots. That's just how much I think the Bills are going to win. Pound it. I mean, they're going to cook the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, Mike McDaniels is going to be on a flight out, which thank God it's been a little too long. And Tyreek Hill is going to be on his way back to Kansas City. I like it.
That's the first time ever in the show history, a double lock back-to-back weeks. So I'm going to double check on that one with Josh. But no, I agree with Josh on that. The Bills, just looking great. Josh Allen, shout out Jared. Looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Quick little breaking news here. It's not that big, but we were just talking about it. Former Patriots linebacker Jawan Bentley, who spent 7 seasons in New England, is signing with, take a guess.
Steelers?
The Pittsburgh Steelers. Bentley now joins former Patriots safety Jabril Peppers in Pittsburgh. So, cool. Yeah, there you go, Ben.
Yeah,
Ben likes it even more. Look at these kids.
Yeah, I mean, with Highsmith injury, we need some linebacker help. We kind of just need help on all aspects of that defense. But yeah, like you said, too, Josh. I mean, Jabril Peppers, Juwan Bentley. I don't know. Maybe we taking some plays. Do they know the playbook? Are they bringing it over here, helping us out a little? Hey, I kid. I don't want to get us fined or anything, but I don't know. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool taking some of the Pats players down. And I mean, I don't know where Jabril Peppers was last week. I could have used him last week. Hopefully, kind of makes a little bigger impact on this game. So maybe a little revenge game for these guys. I don't know what's going on with that too, Josh. I think we've had 3 straight revenge games. And we got these 2 guys, DK against Seattle, Rodgers against the Jets. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Steelers looking for revenge. But no, that's hey, I'll take any help we can get over here. But going back to my lock, they locked it up last night with another game-winning drive from Baker Mayfield under 2 minutes. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. He's the man. Wish that would have been nice if we got him over there. Maybe he went to Cleveland, came to Pittsburgh, but give me them against the banged up New York Jets. Bucs are on fire right now. Going to wrap up that NFC South pretty easily. I love him Baker over Mekabuka. Just what an easy fantasy pickup that was. I mean, he's just sliding into that number 2 role easily. I can't wait to see what that offense looks like with Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, Rachaad White. Nice 1-2 punch over there. That offense is just looking deadly. Defense is great. So I mean, that team's beat Avea. That team's in there, Josh. So watch out for the Bucs, and I got them as my lock of the week. There it is.
There's his lock of the week. I like it, Ben. I'm gonna go. Interesting here. I thought about this. I think the Denver Broncos, they are gonna at some point they got to take that next step. I think they're gonna get this win on the road. I believe this game is on the road. I don't know. I've always been a Bo Nix guy. I've always been a Bo Nix supporter. I look at the Chargers. I think that there's some weaknesses. I can't see them going 3-0. Like, at some point the Chargers are going to charger. And I don't know. I like Courtland Sutton. I like a lot of those signings that they had over there in Denver. I also looked at a lot of these different games, and I originally was going to have Houston as my upset of the week. Of course, the spread changed. They won last night. They lost last night, but they put up a good fight against the Bucs. That probably altered things a little bit. I know they're playing Jacksonville, so that was one I was kind of keeping my eye on. But yeah, that the Los Angeles Chargers are going to charger at some point. They're going to do something. And I don't know. I like this game. I think this could be the game where we're watching and we're thinking, man, oh man, this is exactly the same old Chargers team. This is exactly the same old Justin Herbert. And we've got Ben back here. I know we're going to be ending here with his upset of the week. But yeah, Broncos over Chargers. I don't feel great about it, but that's my upset of the week here for the podcast. Other than that, just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Let's go Cowboys this week. Shout out George Pickens. And of course, Red Sox sweeping the Yankees, or winning 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. Yankees winning 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox. So I'll leave it with that. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. And 2 Pats, both Pats are back, and Patrick Crawley winning Time O Talks Fan of the Weeks.
There we go. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, Josh. The Wi-Fi is going. My upset was the Titans over the Colts, locking in for everybody. Nice. A little one. Daniel Jones coming back down to earth, but give me the Steelers over the Patriots too. Everyone can check back in with that one. I guarantee this one. I guarantee it right here. All right, 24-17. Go Steelers.
Time out, talks.